So I wanted to jump on here and give a quick update on these platinum red Mosaic Dumbo guppies. These are the males that I selected for breeding several weeks back, probably 6 weeks, 2 months ago, something like that. I selected these males because they're darker bodied. It's hard to tell in this video. Partly I think it's the light, maybe the angle of the camera, I'm not sure. And also the fact that they're a little bit stressed from being in this specimen cup for filming. They had great dark bodies with the nice platinum blue, and then the good red fins with a nice pattern. And then the shape of the fins was really good. The body size was the best out of the males that I had that were born here. And then they all were displaying signs that they may develop nice Dumbo fins. 2 of them are definitely doing so. 2 of them, it's still questionable if the Dumbo is going to come through fully. But their dad had great Dumbo pectoral fins, so I'm sure that they're carrying the traits even if it's not displayed. But I think and then the tails were all nice and wide on these guys. One of these right here, this guy here, his tail's like a perfect half moon. Stunning tail. And then this one, I love the tight pattern, lots of black, but it's not large blotches like it is in the other guys. It's a really fine interconnected pattern, which I think is really interesting, and I would love to see continue to pop up randomly in the line. I don't necessarily want them all to look like that, but I would love to see it still kind of carry on as time goes on. So 3 out of the 4 have a more typical mosaic pattern, and that guy has a really tight woven pattern. I mentioned in another video that I just put up that you can lose the dark body in your guppies if you have a dark bodied gut fish. If the fish you're breeding is supposed to be dark, you can lose that if you don't select for really dark bodied fish. And some fish like the half blacks, it matters with the females as well. With the mosaics, the females are just gray in the body, so it doesn't really, the dark body trait doesn't display in the females, so you can't select for it in them. I don't know how much they contribute or not to the body color, but they don't display any body color, so there's no way to, short of if you were some geneticist with equipment to test for that somehow, I don't know. But really there's no way to select for that in the females on the mosaics. But you can see these males in here are all lighter bodied males, unfortunately, and they're still young, so some of them might improve, but they are lighter bodies. So this little guy back here coming towards us, he will probably improve. He's looking like he's going to develop nicely. That one there may be all right too. This one, you'll see if he'll turn to his side, some of these males are getting a red spot, yeah, on the side in the body, which is not desirable. That's not what we want these guys to look like. We want that nice dark body with the platinum blue showing up. So none of these guys would really make the cut for breeding project, at least in my book. They don't look at all like what I want them to look like. I mean, they're reminiscent. And if you let them breed, if this was all you had, you would probably get, because I know the parentage, you would probably end up with some nice males that they would produce. But since I had a better choice, I went with a better choice. But some of these, the body's almost purple, and it's very pretty. And I suppose you could work with that if that's what you wanted the body to look like. But I wanted that platinum blue with the dark lower and rear part of the body. I recently thinned out this tank. There were a whole lot more males in here, and many of them were great choices. These are kind of the younger males that are coming up that aren't quite as good. There's a bunch of half blacks in here. There's Japan blue double swords. This is my male catch-all tank. Any male in any of my colonies that I decide to fish out gets thrown in here and grown out in here. Then I choose the ones I want to keep to breed, and the rest I offload one way or another. I don't flush them. They go on to live one way or another. And then the resident male that's in here all the time is this blue half-black AOC Delta. He was a yellow leopard, but he turned blue. And as pretty as I think he is, that's not what I'm going for. So he just lives in here. He's a resident bachelor in this tank. But all that to say, the selection of the males turned out really good. I'm very happy with it, and I think it's going to make for nice fish down the road. I'm going to put these guys back because they're really stressed out now. But hope that was interesting or helpful information.